What's up guys, my name is Johan Lund and today I'm checking out the Celestion Speaker Shaper by Softube. Celestion is on the eve of their 100th anniversary and is well known across the world for their awesome sounding speakers. Model names such as Greenbacks and Vintage 30s are highly sought after, especially in the metal community. And this plugin offers not only those models, but also a lot of other speakers to choose from, and also a bunch of microphones. And along with that, highly detailed settings to get as close to the tone that you're after. So let's check it out. Before we continue with the demo, if you want to support me, please subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever I release a new video, put a thumbs up to this video, it really matters to me, and I would really appreciate it if you'd share it to your social medias. Thank you. Alright, so I have the tracks loaded up here from the demo in the beginning, I hope you liked it. And the way I've got it set up here is I've got the DI, left and right guitar, routed to guitar bus here. First off, on the DI guitars, I've got an instance of FabFilter Pro Q, which is basically acts as a pre-EQ that shapes the DI in the way that I want before it hits the amp. And after that, I have an instance of Amp Room from Softube, and these pedals acts as boosts in front of the amp to push the signal into the amp to make it a bit more saturated. And also takes care of a bit of muddy low end and makes the tone a bit tighter. So first off I have a gate, and after that I have a clean boost. And it's a slight push into the Tube Screamer-ish pedal here, which is set up like this. Slight gain, a bit of tone, and the level cranked, so it oversaturates the tone into the amp. After that I have the Marshall Silver Jubilee, the 2050 model from 2055 model, sorry, also Softube from Marshall. Settings are like this. And after that I have the speaker shaper set up like this. I'll go through all these settings in a while. And after that I have an instance of FabFilter Pro Q3, which takes care of some palm mutes down in the lower register here. Not that much, but I thought it made quite the difference actually. After that I have another FabFilter plugin which I really love, the Pro MB. It takes care of the exaggerated low end build up when you palm mute, as heavy as I did in this song. Of course it's metal, so why don't you palm mute, right? Shugginess is what we live for, right? And after that I have another instance of FabFilter Pro Q3, which takes care of some harshness at around 750 and around 2433 Hz, and a notch at around 3700 hertz. That famous whistly tone that everyone dearly hates and wants to be evaporated from the face of the earth forever. So I've notched that out. After that, it's basically into the flatline plugin from Submission Audio, but that's only for some volume control. Pretty much it doesn't do anything limiting wise, it's just raises the volume basically. So that's it. Let's take a listen to how it sounds, and as I said, it's the both left and right DI guitar that's playing now, and it sounds like this. That sounds pretty kick-ass, right? If I disengage the EQs and multiband that comes after the speaker shaper, it sounds like this. As you can hear, it's not a radical difference, but I think it makes a good difference to make the guitars fit a bit better in the song, and it makes it a bit more pleasing to the ear. So let's open up the speaker shaper here and take a look at the controls that we have. The first thing you see is that it has a dual speaker setup, and the settings are identical to the left and right speaker. On the far right side here, you have a room setup here, which you can add with this slider as much as you want. And also a pan knob, so you can pan the different speakers left or right, depending on how much width you want in the signal. If you have like lighter crunch guitars or solos, as I did in this demo, I used it to pan the left and right speaker a bit to the left and a bit to the right to get it a bit more width, basically. And you have different volume sliders here for near and far. And the equalizer down here has fixed shelf EQs on the low and high gain, and the mid gain here is frequency based, so you can dial in what frequency you want to add or reduce. And down here you have a master output. So going over to the speaker section here, and as I said, the left and right section here are exactly the same. So I'll go through from top to bottom and show you what settings you have. First off, you have a bunch of speakers to choose from. All the way from the classics vintage 30s to bass speakers here down here as well, but also greenbacks, creambacks, blues, and a huge tonal evaluation you can get out of this one. For this demo, I chose the vintage 30s and the creambacks. I thought it fitted the type of sound that I was after, so I think it sounds really fucking awesome, if I may say so myself. This one, this slider here is, as it says here, a speaker diameter choosing all the way from 8" up to 24". In the middle here you have speaker mix, so you can choose either full left side or full right side or something in between here. And down here you can actually choose if you want the speaker to be new or run-in age, together with the speaker distortion and what ohms you want the speaker to be set to. And down here you can choose what type of material you want the speaker cone to be, either ferrite M, H, Alnico or neodymium. And boost on and off with power up to 12 Weber or down to -12 Weber. Furthest down here you can choose if you want opened or closed cabinet, what type of speakers combination you want, from 1 speaker up to 8 speakers. So with possibility to be up to 8x24, which is a huge ass cab. So it's a really cool way to get overboard basically with the speaker here. My preferred is 4x12, since it's a standard guitar sound that I'm after. But you can absolutely use this as a bass cab. You can run vocals through it. You can run effects or synths or whatever basically. So it's a really huge variety of usage in this plugin. The last setting down here is that you can use up to 3 mics per speaker, so that's total of 6 mics on 2 speakers. So there's a huge tonal variations you can get out of this one, as I've said multiple times in this demo. And the mics that you can choose from are these mics in the listing here. And underneath each mic here you have a pan knob, mute, solo, a phase flip, and also a volume slider for each mic. And as I said in the beginning, it's the same settings for each speaker. So let's take a listen to what type of tones we can get out of it by changing the different speakers, changing a couple of mics, and flick some switches and turn some knobs. So let's check it out. As you can hear, the tonal variations in this plugin are huge, and the tones that you can get out of it are really, really great. That, with all the settings you have here, it makes the plugin really realistic with the different mic choosing, the speaker diameters, the different speakers, the highly graded speakers that we're all after. It just makes the plugin really fun to use. I'm having a lot of fun using this plugin. And since we all can agree that what speaker you have after your amp is really important, it pretty much doesn't matter what amp sim you have in front of this plugin. You can get really kick-ass tones no matter what, basically, since the quality of the speakers here are awesome, basically. So there you go. That was my demo of the Celestion Speaker Shaper by Softube. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll do my best to answer. And until the next video, see you later.